Starting 2008 till 2014, for 6 years, the only money which went inside EaseMyTrip was 15 lakh rupees.
This is Prashant, the founder of EaseMyTrip, a company that started with a small investment of 15 lakhs that today makes 130 crores in profits. They took on the brutal Indian travel market, ruled by GoIBibo and MMT, and grew slowly and steadily to capture a large chunk of India's travel market today. When experts rejected the idea of no convenience fees and zero discounts as suicide, EaseMyTrip made it their core growth drivers. And they have done all of this by being profitable since day one. This is the story of how EaseMyTrip grew to challenge the dominance of online travel agents like ClearTrip, GoIBibo, and MakeMyTrip. How they cracked India's 1.3 lakh crore travel market. And what's the insight behind them becoming the Zerodhas of the Indian travel industry. And there are 5 core insights that made EaseMyTrip this big. Let's dig in. First off, their core acquisition hook. Think about the last time you were booking an airline ticket. You selected an airline, a seat, surfed the internet for discount coupons, and finally applied it. Super happy, right? But the moment you land on the final payments page, you see that the convenience fee being charged exceeds the discount that you were getting. My guess is that you weren't only left dissatisfied, but you lost trust on that platform as well. EaseMyTrip saw this massive trust gap and came up with a clear strategy of no convenience fees or any hidden cost on their platform. Believe it or not, and this may sound small, but this is the ultimate acquisition hook for them. This no hidden charges transparency not only builds trust, but also saves their users time by quickly getting their booking done instead of getting stuck in a cycle of finding discounts. They actually have reduced their average booking time on the platform from 5 minutes to 3 minutes. This, in turn, leads to increased preference by the users and stickiness over a long period of time. Which is why EaseMyTrip has a massive repeat transaction rate of 86%. See, Indians in general are super cost sensitive culturally, but even practically, a flight from one corner to another corner of India doesn't take more than 2.5 hours. Which is why Indians in general are not very inclined to experiencing premium services for such short distances. Which is why the no convenience fee hook for a cost sensitive market just works. But how does a bootstrapped company even afford to not charge convenience fees? This is where the next insight of cost efficiency comes into the picture. See, EaseMyTrip has a very interesting no-frills cost model here, which is inspired by Indigo. It basically means that they don't spend any money on things that are not an absolute necessity. So, for example, they've always had the lowest employee headcount in the industry, the lowest advertising expenditure, and they have an asset-light model where they don't take any risk of inventory. This lean cost structure has helped the company remain profitable and grow faster than any of its peers in the last 3 years. Another interesting nuance that has paid massive dividends for EaseMyTrip has been their in-house call centers. Believe me or not, it's true. While other online travel agents outsource their call center for grunt work of addressing complaints, EaseMyTrip took a different route. Leading with the idea of building a great user experience, they knew that the most insight will come from customer complaints and customer calls. So they built in-house call centers which not only help them enable that, but also reduce long-term costs. And this no-frills cost model feeds directly into how EaseMyTrip extracts maximum value from their users. And this insight is how they're building a massive product ecosystem. They understood early that the real profitability lies in the B2C market, because the B2B businesses will always negotiate for price. So they decided to build a never seen before travel ecosystem in India. In short, create the best way to retain a user on their platform. And they have a brilliant plan working here already, right? With 86% repeat purchases. Now, what are they doing right here? See, first off, they build immense trust with their users with a great user experience and the fact that they don't have any hidden costs. So think about it, when you buy an airline ticket, you would also want to book a cab or a hotel, right? And guess what? Everything's available on the EMT platform. You will also trust them with more options like a holiday package. And guess what? This gives them more margins. And as you keep going deeper into the EaseMyTrip ecosystem, you'll also trust them with travel insurance, visa approvals, and more personalized activities. In short, your complete travel itinerary planner. All of these products are essentially built and placed to cross-sell them to you and increase your average order value. Couple this with EaseMyTrip's asset-light model, where they've actually partnered with 23 hotel API providers rather than assuming actual room inventory. This ecosystem is a cash cow for them. Now with the product ecosystem in place, we go back to the core thing that EMT really solved for, which was trust. Users rely on the booking platform to take complete ownership of their holidays. And mind you, Indians have not reached a stage where they take holidays randomly. These family holidays are sometimes planned months in advance and are optimized for the smallest of expenses. Therefore, building trust with these users becomes key. Now, we discussed how EaseMyTrip builds trust with no hidden costs, their call centers, and a great user experiences. But there are two other deeper nuances here. First is going out of their way to help users. EaseMyTrip tested a feature during the second wave of COVID, which did beautifully well for them. The idea was, if you had booked an airline ticket, but you suffered a medical emergency later, you could just upload your prescription and the entire ticket amount would be refunded to you. This was not done via airlines, and they didn't take money from airlines to give to these users. EaseMyTrip paid this via their own cash reserves. This built massive trust during a time which was laden with uncertainty. And the other nuance is of not providing discounts. The deeper idea here is super clear. They only want to incentivize great behavior on the platform. And this is the zero-day insight, by the way. By not providing discounts, EaseMyTrip gets rid of the not ideal users who are hunting for discounts. And this gives them access to a core audience that values great user experience and will by default have a larger appetite to spend. It's simple. They're really saying, don't come to us for discounts. Only come to us if you want a beautifully smooth booking experience. Now see, EaseMyTrip is beautifully positioned in the travel ecosystem. As you can see on these charts, we'll see the hotel, airline, and experience industry grow manifolds over the next few years. And when that happens, EaseMyTrip will constantly keep growing with them, as they've become the ultimate platform for travel enablement. And this brings us to one key thing which none of the other players in the travel industry has been able to crack: their distribution. See, distribution is the leverage every company wants, but nobody's been able to build it except EaseMyTrip. EaseMyTrip enables distribution via two primary avenues. First, their offline agent network, and second, their international expansion. Although bookings for airlines and travel have moved online, there's a major chunk of India that still relies on travel agents. Now, these are folks especially from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. But EMT saw a massive opportunity here and built the world's largest travel agent network of about 60,000 registered agents across almost all major Indian cities. Now, this works because these travel agents don't have the money or the intention to invest in their own digital platforms, and they don't keep fixed hotel or flight inventory. So partnering with an online travel agent like EaseMyTrip just makes sense for them. And EaseMyTrip helps them with all of their marketing prowess and trust built on their brand. And these travel agents help EaseMyTrip capture the growing demand of Bharat. Now imagine EaseMyTrip's three distinct distribution channels of B2C, B2E, and B2B2C, and the possibilities to cross-sell its products and services between them via these travel agents. Massive. And their second distribution play is an international expansion, which is a pure margin bet for EaseMyTrip. See, having expanded into Dubai, Thailand, Philippines, London, USA, and Singapore, the idea is clear. There's a higher appetite to pay and the ability for them to secure better margins. With this, EMT is on its way to the moon. The playbook is simple, right? Build a great product and use these learnings to expand footprints into high-margin geographies. And those were core insights on how EaseMyTrip grew to capture a massive chunk of India's travel market. I know a lot of you have been asking for links and access to our research behind these videos, and we have it for you this time. Head on over to the description and you'll find a link to all our research. That's it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one.